everybody, and welcome to Hex Token channel, and I hope you guys are doing well out there. We've got quite a few updates to talk about today, so we're going to get into all of that. Quite a huge amount of market events, obviously Bitcoin pullback, Shibarium drama as well. We're going to get into all that, so I hope you guys enjoy it. We're going to get into, obviously, the big news for Pulsechain is that we've had our fourth NFT marketplace launch and one of the big sacrifice projects, so we're going to get into that. And I think it looks pretty cool as well. We're going to get into all the prices as well, of course, as all the Atropa, Dai, and all the stable coins are all rallying with this new mechanism, this magical mechanism that's doing something pretty funny with the charts. So we're going to get all that too. Hope you guys enjoy it. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, smash the like button, hit the bell, all that good stuff. But before we do something, let's get into it and say hello. Just going to make sure I've got everything up and running here. I think I have. Does that look good? I think it does. Let's go. Just going to make sure that I've got all my ducks in a row. Quack, quack. Who is in the house? We've got Lies Beneath. Hello, how are you? Very, very good, of course. And we've got, we're streaming to over 9,600 subscribers on both Superman Crypto channel, which is my general crypto and DGN channel. And of course, we've also got streamers here, streaming here on Hex Token channel as well, where we cover mostly Pulsechain and Hex. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoy it. Hex, EHEX, PLS, and PLSX incentive for the win, 100%. Absolutely true. DGN Hexkin says a BTC vomit. Yeah, it's definitely down on the down chart. Hashtag down. Adam says, while people are trying to catch the BTC dip, Coinbase servers are conveniently experiencing latency issues. That's right. That happens a lot, Adam. This is the CeFi stuff, centralized exchanges. That's why we live in DeFi, right? We're trying to get rid of all these problems. We still have a few things to work out ourselves, but we're heading in the right direction. Who else? We got Sandy Beach in the house. Hello, Hex Token, everybody. Good to see Sandy Beach. Brian's back. Hey, good to see you, Brian. Brian looks like he was out of the office yesterday, but back in the office today. Good to see you, Brian, as always. One of our two community leaders, does an amazing job. We appreciate everything he does. Joey Torres as well. Hi, all good to see Joey. What else? We got Brendan says EHEX on ETH for sale. It definitely is. So Hex on Ethereum is definitely for sale at the moment. So you can pick up a lot of Hex there. We got Hedgehog as well. Woohoo! Good to see Hedgehog. Who else? We got Blair SM. Hi, all good to see you, Blair. Rocky Mountain in the house. Howdy, my fellow Hexkin and Pulsekins. What a day for Atropa and PDrip. I know, been absolutely doing some amazing stuff overnight. And wow, if you hold on, if you manage to hold on, then to the huge upward chart, then you've done pretty well. We got Pumpkin now as well, Superman. We love you. May you never encounter Crypto Night. We need you, says Pumpkin now. I appreciate that. That's very kind words. Yeah, I hate that Crypto Night. He does come into the channel every so often. No, he's all right. He's all right. Who else do we got? Refined as well. Atropa. Oh yeah, Superman. Yep, it's been going pretty well. Dai going to 1 cent, says Brennan. Well, it looks like that's the next target, right? We're talking about PDrip, right? The fork of Dai, and of course its relationship to Atropa, which seems to have some sort of magical impact there on the move higher. People have speculated on some of the mechanisms. I know there's been a few commentaries out there. Rocky Mountain as well. Smash those likes, people, says Rocky Mountain. Definitely smash the likes. Good evening, Superman, from Richie Robson. Hey, Richie, always a pleasure. Good to see you. Harry Williams as well. Yo. Good to see you, Harry. And I am going to try and change my format, actually, on the studio. I just haven't got around to it. So I'm probably going to get a bit bigger on the screen for future stuff. Just got to think of a cool layout. Who else is here? We've got Super DGN Hexkin Superman Save BTC. Yeah, I don't know about that. We'll do our best. The BTC is a bit like Kryptonite. But hey, this is the way it goes. I always see BTC, Bitcoin, like the ocean, and every other altcoin like ships in the ocean. Some ships are bigger than others. That's kind of the thing. So if Bitcoin raises the ocean, goes higher, the Bitcoin goes down, the ocean goes lower, and the ships generally tend to go together, unless I guess you move into some high altitude sea or something like that. That's pretty it. What else there? We got Dai on Pulsechain to the moon. Absolutely. Brendan says, haha, I hope so too. Woo! To 1 cent for Dai. Yeah. Evening all from John Gibbons. Good to see John Gibbons in the house. Hey, look, I think we're 5 minutes in. We've got quite a few people jumping in. We'll probably have a lot more people as well. We will be talking about TIRH today as well. So that's coming up. if you come in for TIH, we'll be talking about that. But let's get into the markets first and chat into that. In fact, let me just quickly check something before I do, just to see what that's like. Yeah, okay, cool. Right, let me jump over to there. You're waiting for a sea of lava, as Richard would say, a sea of lava. Here we go. Bam, look at that, sea of lava. And of course, there we are, BTC. Oh my goodness. We talked about it being in the gray zone, remember, with the downward sentiment. That was yesterday, and boy, it delivered on that. Unfortunately, it's not the direction we wanted to go in, honestly. But of course, just the way it goes. BTC at $26,629, down 7.66%. Failed to break. Remember, we were over 30K. It failed to rally to the 32, 33. We got one day, I think it went to 31.5, something like that. But really has, disappointed on that front. Obviously, the ETFs look like they're being pushed out from the SEC until 2024, at least the beginning of 2024. So, news like that. But we still have Ethereum coming up with its proto-dank sharding. That might give us a nice little uplift. And you never know, in crypto, markets can turn around pretty severely. We'll see how we get on. Now, the stock market has been down, I think, 3 days in a row. And, of course, that has been a little issue there. But, of course, BTC had been holding up in that 29K range for quite a bit of time. So, anyway, that's down 7.66%. Ethereum down 6.71%. Everything else is pretty much down. XRP is down 14% at 50 cents. So, yeah, people are probably clamming. If they've got stable coins, they're probably clamming around trying to buy a good deal. SHIB is down 13%. Yeah, that's pretty much it. What else we got going on there? Lots of down days. What's Matic like at the moment? Down 7% on Matic. What else is there? Dodge. Elon Musk's Dodge is down 9%. Litecoin is down 12.66% on Litecoin. What else there? ADA is down 6.4 cents. Solana is down 4.3. Solana doing the relatively better performance out of the leaders there, and Tron as well, down 2.5%. So Tron actually looking pretty good, although Tron always performs pretty poorly to the upside, right? But that's pretty much it on those. What's Uni looking like? Uni is down 9%. So there we are, pretty much a down day. And of course, down day is a dodge day for down day. Let's move into the charts though. We got this is the Bitcoin chart. And of course, we can see that, look at that. We were holding up at this, see this range here? We were holding up in this $29,000 range. We failed to break out up here. It's almost, we touched it twice. We couldn't have had this long elongation there. Yeah, with the highest, we got up to 31,827 here on the chart. So that's as high as we got. And then we slowly drifted down below 30K. That was a little bit, that gave us downward bias, right? Not upward bias when we moved below 30K. Whereas in here we had slightly upward bias, the opportunity, but it failed there. I guess you could argue on the third attempt, like there's one attempt, 2 attempts, 3 attempts, and then drifted down here. And of course, we failed on that, and down we've come. So that's pretty much it. We're down at 26,654. The RSI down here has also gone into oversold territory, so we may see a quick bounce back there. We have so far we got down 25,707. We're now at 26,664, 26,645. So let's see what happens with this RSI popping back up, maybe in the next 24, 48 hours, potentially. So we're watching out for that. So that's Bitcoin. That leads us into also other big news, of course, at the moment about Shibarium. And of course, its launch. We recently had Coinbase's second layer base. And of course, there's no coin for that, but a lot of early projects. And so that was kind of out there. People can maybe speculate on that before the next bull run happens. But of course, we've had that. And then, of course, we've also got the Shibarium have launched, right? So the lead dev, of course, said all is well. There was some FUD going out around about how the bridge funds were lost at 1.7 million. And so that was causing drama. But apparently that all is well. Shib Inu lead developer addresses Shibarium launch. Basically got some key stuff in here. We're going to quickly go through a little bit of this. Shib Inu lead developer Kusama released a statement on Thursday, August the 17th, and addressing the reportedly technical difficulty of the Shibarium bridge on the Ethereum network. On Wednesday, the Shib Inu team finally launched the mainnet of the much anticipated Ethereum layer 2. I think this will lead us on to that. I'm not sure if we've got no, it's not going to Yeah, there we are. Buckle up, Shibarium. Shibarium is officially live and ready to explore. So that was on Shibarium. Shibarium there. So that is alive there. And of course, what else did they say? However, a few hours after the launch, reports stated that the Shibarium bridge, designed to enable the seamless bi-directional transfer of assets with Ethereum, had become inoperative. According to the post by Whale Chart on X, more than 1.7 million worth of ETH was stuck on the Shibarium bridge when this fault developed. No bridge issue, though. All is well, Kusama says, the lead dev. And, of course, in a letter addressed to the Shib Army, a nickname for Shib's Inu supporters, Kusama began by stating there was no issue with the Shibarium bridge and all users' ads were safe. Shortly after reports emerged on the Shibarium bridge issue, a screenshot was circulated on X with a text allegedly from Kusama suggesting that the assets stuck on the Shibarium bridge were unretrievable. Kusama also dismissed the eligibility of the screenshot, so a fake screenshot. This is the screenshot. You may have seen it yourself. So here we are, 1.7 million worth of ETH transferred to Shib's Layer 2 bridge, known as Shibarium, is reportedly irretrievable. This was the tweet here from so-called Kusama. We effed up, as it were. Hashtag family channel, no drama, all the rest of it. We effed up hard on what's it? I'm just trying to pull up the tweet here. We can't recover the ETH bridge. So that was the tweet there that popped up. And then they go on to say the Shib Inu lead developer admitted there was a technical difficulty, but not one of Shibarium's design. He stated that the issue experienced by users of the Shibarium bridge was driven by a network congestion that occurred upon the announcement of the Shibarium mainnet going live. The lead dev said, we just read that. The Shib team is currently working on scaling the network to accommodate the activity of the decentralized nation state, like the Shib community, according to Kusama, the lead dev. Shibarium apparently achieved over 116 million compute units in half an hour. To support his explanation, Shibarium's technical challenge, Kusama introduced data from Alchemy, one of the analytic services. He stated that Shibarium project is allocated 400 million compute units per month by Alchemy. Upon the project's launch, a mainnet launch, it exceeded 160 million compute units within the estimated 30 minutes. So that's a problem for them, isn't it? For context, computes refer to the computational resources required to execute smart contracts or perform other tasks on the blockchain. According to the Shib Inu developer, if Shibarium kept moving at that rate, it would have achieved billions of compute units a day, equating the same performance with the most active layer 2 solutions currently operating. Typically, you're going to get that straight out of the gate, aren't you? Kusama shared some good news with the Shib Army to round off his address, stating that over 1,000 ETH or 600 BONE were transferred to Shibarium within 15 minutes. Finally, Kusama appealed for more time to scale up Shibarium, while reminding the Shib Army to ignore all the FUD and avoid any site links not associated with Shib's official site, shib.io. At the time of writing, Shib largest native token was trading down 11.7%. So there we are. That was kind of the update there. That's the latest one, 2 hours off the hot of press there. I'll post a copy of that in the chat if you want to check that out yourself, do more research if that's something of interest to you. In any case, if you're from the Shib community, you're watching this video, obviously, if you had assets on the 10th of May at 10:36 UTC time on Ethereum, you would have got them copied over on Pulsechain, and of course, you would have had your Shib there too. So check it out on Pulsechain and pulsechain.com. Links, of course, you can get hold of. All right, so that is pretty much the big news that we had there. So Bitcoin crashing down a bit. And, of course, Shib having some drama around the bridge and, of course, congestion on the network and, of course, capacity issues. So lots of things happening there. All right, that is it. So that's the Shibarium live, and you can check that out too on shib.io. So that's kind of cool. That's going to lead us into our big news, of course, for Pulsechain. We're going to kick it off with NFTOnPulse marketplace is launched. Before we do that, though, let's get into the chat and talk about whatever other comments we've got in there. But definitely that has been some excitement in the general crypto market. Pulsechain keeps ticking on, though. Let's see where we are at. I think we got up to those comments. HexForce1 says, I got a couple of dollars on and PDI, says HexForce1. Nice. Hex Token, can you explain the Atropa PDI thing, says Sandy Beach? I don't think anyone really knows what's happening there. My idea is that some of the LP, original LP was got burned. And apparently Dipcatch has done some back investigation back to an old address that was into Hex early on in February, I think, 2020. And of course, it seems to have also been playing on the maybe burning some mechanism, arbitrage mechanism, and buying up the Dai and burning it. So that kind of something in that sort of general category seems to be what is happening there. It seems to be arbitraging all over the place and making that happen. That's kind of the general understanding that I have so far. What else here? Knoxville in the house there. Reed. Hey, good to see you, Knoxville. We've got TRH is amazing, says Richie May. It is. And we're looking forward to V4. That's going to be bigger than ever. So really looking forward to that. The floor is lava. That is true. It does look pretty bad. Humberto Gonzalez says, yo, cheers, man and family. From Sunday, Dominican Republic. I will be here DCAing, dollar cost averaging relaxed for the next couple of months. Nice one, Humberto. Richie May says, bought the Dai dip 3 months ago, eating popcorn and watching the chart. You must be very happy, Richie May. Well done to you, Rich. My dog won't even look at me today, says Knoxville. Oh, that's sad. That's sad. What is your dog's portfolio down? Is that what's happening? Christian's in house. Let's go. The door of opportunities has cracked open a little. It is indeed. So if you're able to pick up these opportunities, it's very, very exciting. Rich May says RH selling Bitcoin to buy more Dai. Nice one, Rich. I like where you're heading with that. Humberto says, if you take a closer look, our ecosystem is now one of the least affected. That's true. I believe that in the next 60 days, with the massive projects entering our ecosystem, we will relax in DCA family. Very good observation there, Humberto. Well said. Really well said there. Smash the like button. Definitely do that. We got Spike in the house. What's up, peeps? Hey, Spike. It's been a little while. Good to see you in the house too. Hang tough. Yeah. Just hang out and DCA if you can. KD's in the house as well. Hi, all. Good to see you, KD. One of our two community leaders like Brian. Big shout out to you. And also helps out strongly with the Texan and eFear. Is it eFear? Did I say it right this time, KD? I think that's the one. Lovell says PDrip is an absolute monster. Yep, that's an ROI platform. And if you guys have been on BNB, you've probably seen it over the last couple of years on there. Very team-based type of thing. So we're going to talk about the price there. Now, on PDrip on the BNB, I think it was up for about 2 months at the beginning. So the price did some pretty amazing things at the beginning. Just remember, it is a yield generator, so it does yield does play out over time on the chart. Spike, yo, bro. What else we got going on? Let's jump through some of this. Brian says F is for fudge. Yeah. Katie says hashtag family channel. Yeah, my bad. I was just reading the quote though. Scooping life, DGN MOB says that, Kristen. Absolutely. Getting into it. Pick up the opportunities while you can. We're still early on Pulsechain, and all these events like the SEC or Big DC pulling down, things like that. There are always opportunities to dollar cost average in and pick up even more bags on Pulsechain, because most of the big projects that are coming from Pulsechain are still to come. So we're waiting for that too. Dai more than 55 transactions, says Rich May. Very, very true. Donny says, hello, Superman and everybody. Happy to be here to chill a little bit, says Donny. Welcome to the chat. We're a big community, and you're welcome. Adam says, I looked at the Atropa issuing address, holds a lot of stable coins, says Adam. Yeah, okay. There's another good insight from Adam there. Wookie must be out on the street looking for some broken news, probably. Wookie on the street, we call it. Wookie on the street. What else? Adam says Atropa is also a genius of plant that produces poisonous berries. Yeah, I know. I'm not sure he's keen on the poisonous stuff, but the plant analogy definitely sounds pretty good, Adam. Thanks, Adam, for that info, says Sandy Beach. Yeah, 100%. All right. NFTOnPulse. It is launched. How about that? That's awesome. Now, number 4 marketplace on Pulsechain. Isn't that awesome? And definitely one of the heavyweight ones in terms of its development. And the team behind it is HowToPulse. And HowToPulse has been doing the key educator, I would say, in web form for Pulsechain for the last couple of years. So it really has been great for HowToPulse. And of course, we used to have Walrus used to be sort of a front person for that. And now the NFT marketplace has launched. Really, really cool. So number 4 there. I know that's put a bit of pressure on the last 2 big remaining ones. And of course, you know who they are. Mintra from Gerardo, and of course, Pixel Park from Power City, hashtag KDP, and Just Us DC, right? So some big influences behind those 2. So, yeah, those two there under a bit more competitive pressure now. We know that Mintra is going to be launching soon, and Power City put out a tweet today, a fighting talk there from Power City's Pixel Park and one of their tweets today. So I love it. I love the competition, and I love the high quality of platforms that are coming out. So really exciting. So we're going to get into NFT, which is the big launch today, of course. This is the moment you have all been waiting for. We are super proud to announce that NFTOnPulse is now live on mainnet. Please visit NFTOnPulse.io and start degening into your favorite Pulsechain NFTs. Thanks for being patient and sticking by us. And as you guys know, here on Hex Token, we have, as far as I can tell, been the only influencer been covering NFTs and NFT marketplaces in a big way. We've done a lot of coverage trying to help the PRC 721 contracts. These are pretty much NFTs. Get a footing on Pulsechain and help them grow. And I think we've done that. I mean, I think we've done that. We kickstarted it off, got a lot more of attention on these NFTs, and I think that's been a good thing. NFT collections have a role in crypto, and a lot of people like them. You see all the way from people making their own NFTs all the way through to celebrities with the NFTs, and we've got definitely celebrities in our community, right? From basketball to American football, rugby. We've got so many different influences and some stars in there, I'm sure. So it's a really, really cool place to be. All right, so let's get into it. Very, very cool. We are live on mainnet. So that's had 9,500 views so far, which I think is pretty cool. I'm going to post a copy to that tweet in the chat there if you want to check it out in detail from How to Pulse, and give them a good follow as well. It always helps. Now, I know many of you have got NFTs from a few collections at least. So there we are. That is another place you can buy and sell and that sort of stuff on it. So kind of cool. Let's get into the website though. NFTOnPulse. This is what it looks like, and it's got nice little Pulsechain colors, very professionally done. So it's got a nice UI UX. So UI means user interface. The user interface looks really cool. UX means that it's user experience, and the user experience it looks pretty good as well. Now, another cool thing about this, because it's a very fully developed NFT marketplace, has a lot of extra bells and whistles on it, which is kind of cool. So you can dive into the world of NFTs. NFTOnPulse is the most popular and trusted NFT marketplace for buying and selling NFTs. So that is a statement claim there. Of course, we know the number one NFT market at the moment is Beatbox. That was the first one, and they are pretty confident that they are still doing the most volume out of the common NFT marketplaces. What I mean by that is that there are a couple of NFT collections like PulsePunks and Richie's World that have their own platform marketplace. But in terms of common marketplaces where all NFT collections can trade, this Beatbox is pretty much leading the volume. Now, that means that NFTOnPulse, what else? All the other marketplaces have to compete for volume. So it's pretty much we've got Hex Toys marketplace has to compete, and what's the other one that just came out? The Hocus Pocus one has to complete. Pulse Market, they all have to compete for volume. They have to track the NFT collections to their marketplace. They also have to attract all the people that have minted those NFTs or that are holding those NFTs to buy and sell as well. And of course, they also have their own audience that they have to get engaged as well. So there's lots of activity around marketing promotion that a lot of NFTs have to do to continue to develop. Very early times, right? Still very early times, very baby market, but growing at a faster rate. I've really seen it grow, and I've seen the collections they're really getting out there. So there's a lot of that sort of stuff going on Twitter particularly. So you can see that some of the trending NFTs that got picked up here. So I don't know, that's just launched, so I'm not sure whether these have just had some interactivity at the moment, but these will be, as volume grows, these will probably better reflect what's trending on there. We can see Richie's World at the top right there, Pulse Doodles, Pulse Punks, you got Pulse Dinos, so got a couple of leading ones. You can actually switch between those. You got some of the ones by like Vertebraes and Hex Toys and Aves like that, so it's pretty cool. So Vertebraes and Aves are both from Chirp Finance, one of the DeFi projects on the Pulsechain. You got Pulse Spunks there, Pulse Kittens, another GameFi one there as well, or DeFi game, GameFi really. So those are some of the ones. You got Heart Army there. You got Pulse, Rat Pulse. You guys know that's my favorite one at the moment is the Rat Pulse Souls, and of course they've been doing incredibly well with the yield, like really, really well with the royalties as well. So it's been pretty good there. Pulse 8 Yacht Club, of course, had a lot of drama there, but that's ticking away. And of course, Pulse Space Apes, and looks like we've got some new ones around Richie. We're gonna have lots of Richard Hart NFTs out there collection. Some of them are actually pretty good, so you can have a look around for those. Some of those. We've got live auction, of course. You can have auction NFTs, which is pretty cool. You're going to have trending creators as well, which creators trending. And the cool thing is, if you've got an idea for NFT collection or NFTs, you can create your own on NFTOnPulse. I think you can do that on Hocus Pocus Pulse Market and Xtoys as well. It's probably the one feature that Beatbox doesn't have, but Beatbox was up first, and they've got the momentum in terms of the buying and selling and the simplicity of that. But anyway, here you can create and sell your own NFTs. Isn't that cool? Set up your wallet, create your collection, add your NFTs, and list them for sale. You can do it at home. Isn't that cool? You don't have to know how to code. All the coding's done for you, which is pretty neat here on NFTOnPulse. So really, really great to see that. Really cool feature. And it's got all the bells and whistles. Now, you can explore as well. You can go through different types of collections, artwork, collectibles, domain, music, photography, sports, trading cards, utility, and virtual worlds. So there's going to be all that, and it's going to evolve over time as more NFTs are out there. Now, I think there's probably, I'm just guessing, but there's probably around about 20 NFT collections out at the moment, something like that. So that's going to probably grow pretty rapidly, maybe as many as 25, actually, if I'm thinking about some of the DeFi ones as well, if you add the DeFi ones in. So yeah, you remember there's the HSIs, there's the things like that out there at the moment. So there's other DeFi ones there as well. All right, there's a Pulsey Cat Club. These ones are out there. So there we are. So there's lots of stuff in there at the moment. So really nice little website. They've got the Sacrifice, I think, is still on as well. And of course, they've got financial NFTs that you click on those. That pull up financial NFTs. You click on this button. Kind of cool. So it pulls up. Yeah, Zen Torrents are on here as well. Forgot about them. Zen Torrents. Pulse Pepe, they play in Pulse as well on the NFT. Some NFTs have a lot of DeFi attached to it. And you can obviously search by collection, item, and users. You've got your profile up here. You can check your profile and details there. So it's kind of cool. I like it. So very, very cool site. So well done to the team. Just having a look there. Social media down the bottom right here. And if you want to get updates on NFTOnPulse, they've got an email that you can add in as well. So really, really cool stuff there as well. So if you want to create your own NFT collection, you can click create. And it's got all the stuff there. Upload file and put your name in the description, your collection, what you want to call it, external links. They've got properties as well if you want to add in properties. So they've got it all here, folks. Really easy. So I know there's quite a few people. They contact me and go, oh, I'm trying to learn how to code my NFT on ChatGPT or something, and something's not working. So I get some of those sort of things. Well, you don't have to worry about that at all now. You can just go use a platform like NFTOnPulse and create your own NFT and have confidence that it's all going to work, which is pretty cool. You can even put royalties in it. Can you believe it? So you can put traits in it and rarity. You can put royalties in it. And, of course, you can do different types of marketplace listings. They really have got it all here. Isn't that amazing? So you need to just create the NFT. Probably cost you a bit of pulse, but there we are. That is pretty much how you do it. So rock and roll here with the old NFTOnPulse market there. So looking really good is NFTOnPulse. I'm going to post the website there if you want to check it out. Really aren't they looking great? You know, the cool thing about a lot of stuff looking on Pulsechain, a lot of the UIs are really, really good looking. And that's really important when you're building out a blockchain. You want really quality looking UIs, user interfaces. And I think they're doing really well with this and with all the bells and whistles. So kind of cool. They're opening it up to the people as well. You know, you don't have to code. I like that aspect. Really is pretty powerful. So let's see what people have said about the launch on Twitter. We've got a couple of things on that. So before we do that, let me post in the address. That's NFTOnPulse.io. That is the new marketplace. You can check that out there on Superman Crypto and Hex Token. Kind of cool. So we had kind of cool there. Pulse Domains had put it on the Pulsechain names there. They got billing news. Congrats to the entire team. Great sign for Pulsechain. Absolutely a great sign, which is kind of cool on that. We've got NFTOnPulse 16 hours ago. Are you excited to be able to make offers on Pulsechain NFTs? Even one's not listed on sale on the market yet, you can do that. So if it's not listed, but you want it, you can put an offer in. We're the only marketplace showing all collectibles with this feature. So that's a feature that they've got at the moment. Needless to say, NFTOnPulse will be the place to trade. Let's let the fun begin. That's kind of cool. And of course, we've got the tryout on that as well. What else we got there? NFTOnPulse big payday. So if you have done the sacrifice, the token is HTP, of course. HTP sacrifices is on its way. Big payday. All fees from NFTOnPulse will be paid out to stakers on the day we announce soon. Isn't that cool? So if you're in part of the sacrifice, that's going to be coming up for you. So don't worry, the fees will never be kept by the team. Didn't sacrifice, get FOMO. You can obviously sacrifice too on the website, so that's pretty cool. On that one, I'll repost that. We've got Mallow here. He's well-known. If you've seen him around, he's a well-known NFT enthusiast on the marketplace. NFTOnPulse has given us a market. Let the offers begin. And of course, that there has got the what's he looking at? The pulse funks, I think it is. So that's kind of cool from him. NFTOnPulse, congrats! So lots of congratulations going on there. Pretty cool. Pussycats Club, of course, is up on the collection. So that's kind of cool. Who else there? Richie's World, of course. Good morning, Richie's. We are live on NFTOnPulse, and of course, that's kind of cool from that. And I had Richie's World on this channel. Remember, we did an interview of Richie's World, and they're just pushing forward. Sometimes it can take several months to mint out, but as long as you keep pushing forward in the growth direction, you eventually get them all sold out, and you become one of the early OG NFT collections. And if you always deliver on your actions and people like what you've done in terms of the artwork and things like that, the tokenomics, people will, you'll get a lot of traction in the future because Pulsechain is so young. What are we on? Day 97, wrapping up day 97. It's pretty cool. So lots of cool stuff on there. A lot of people are really liking what's going on there. So we were born to be ready. Just took a few years to find the instruction manual. Absolutely. And lots of cool things there. So that's cool. We got Richie Worlds. We also got Pulse Souls. We are live on NFTOnPulse. So Pulse Souls, this is my favorite one at the moment, is also on there as well. So looking good there on Pulse Souls. So getting NFT collections are listed and interacting is very, very cool. And of course, very nice on that. Here's a Hex Token comment. So very cool. We like that. What else we got going? Quite a few things. Let's jump up here. Don Montero also making comments on that. Kind of cool. And let's see what else. Jessica there. Lots of people are pretty happy about it. So NFT having a pretty good launch. They've got a huge following, of course. So nice. They got 2,123 followers on this channel. But of course, on How to Pulse, they got was it well in excess of 12,000, I think, from all the education videos. So big shout out to NFTOnPulse. All right, let's jump away from that. We're going to get into the Pulsechain market and see how we're going with the BTC pulling down and see how we're holding up. Let's see how we go in the markets. Before we do that, let's catch up in the chat again. What we got there? What else we got? I think we're up to cool kids in the house. You on Superman Crypto? Yeah, we've got a few people watching now on Superman Crypto. Welcome to everybody. And of course on Hex Token, we've got quite a few as well. Sandy Beach says, I sacrifice for NFTOnPulse. Lols. Nice one, Sandy. Well, it looks like you're going to get your HTP token coming soon and start earning share of the fees. Of course you did, says Brian. Yeah, Sandy Beach Sandy Beach has got a very diversified portfolio. Very impressive. All right, we got Pulsechain there at the moment. It is at quadruple 0466. So we're 47% of the sacrifice price at the moment. It is actually up almost 1%. So BTC might be down pretty dramatically, but on the 24 hours, we are actually up almost 1%. And of course, that's good news. That's good news, isn't it? Let's go have a look at Pulse. There's the Pulse chart there. We did get tested, though. And this is the 4-hourly chart. We did get tested in the last 4 hours. Let's go to the hourly chart, actually, to see some of the drama there. Yeah, we were pushing up above this resistance, but of course, the Bitcoin pulled us down, and down we went. We got all the way back down again, down to quadruple 4,047. So that's where we were. And we've managed to push back up, which is very bullish at the moment. So that's kind of cool. Back over that resistance as well on the daily. And here we are at quadruple 4664. So pretty impressive there. Not quite what I expected to see, but that's what we got there. And on the 4-hourly, looking pretty good too, above that as well. The daily, of course, let's have a look at the daily. That is the daily now at the moment. So we're still in, careful waters here. We really want to defend the 4,300 mark. We're at 4,000, almost 700. So we're heading back up there, and we're also breaking up above some of this resistance. So hopefully that continues on. That'd be very bullish for Pulsechain, especially in this climate with the Bitcoin down. Pulse X did similar there, of course. Let's look at the hourly. This is Pulse X on the hourly. Yeah, we were actually rallying up for the Bitcoin. Obviously got pulled back down the Bitcoin to quadruple 0.1346, and we didn't want to break down this. Really does get a little bit much more difficult to come back, but we're back up here at quadruple 0.14, but still early days. We're only looking at the hourly. Let's have a look at the 4-hourly. That's the 4-hourly there. We had a pretty bullish doji on the 4-hourly before that, so that's kind of cool. And on the daily, we're above that resistance there as still, so that's kind of cool too. So Obviously, we want to break out even higher. I haven't put another chart in here, but let me put that in there a bit more detail. That was our first one. And if we take our second one, let's have a look here. So that's our kind of our second one. We want to get above that. So that'll be bullish for that too, getting over there. All right, so that is Pulsechain, and a Pulsechain at the moment is at quadruple 0142. We're obviously at 14% of sacrifice price. Can you believe it? Just seems unreal. But of course, that's the opportunity of a lifetime. And of course, for the next bull market, right, when it comes. We're up about 1% as well, almost just shy of 1%. The buy and burn, of course, has been spectacular. 362 billion Pulsechain has been bought and burned, and there it is, the number. Look at that, 361.6 billion has been bought and burned on the Pulsechain. Amazing, but guess what? It's 1.74% of the public supply, which is absolutely just slowly creeping up there, and it's going to have an impact over time, right? So looking forward to that. Anytime you get 1% of your supply burned away and you start heading towards 2%, that's a good sign. So everything that trades on Pulsechain is being bought and burned, particularly V1, and 100% of the fees are used towards that. And of course, 0.07% on Pulsechain V2, V1, yeah, V2, sorry, V1 and V2. V2 has been also contributing to that, which is pretty cool. All right, that leaves us with the incentive token. We're at $1.88, down 1.4%. The ratio is at 40,470. So we're holding on there on the ratio. Let's have a look. There's the price. So we're down, skidding down with the price. Looking at the ratio though. Let's have a look. Just show you slitting that too. We're just holding on to the 40K mark. Let's see how we can do there. Holding on to that. That is pretty much it. Excuse me. Let's pull up Pulsechain because I hadn't pulled that up, but let's do it. Let's have a look at the ratios of the yield at the moment. Let me grab a quick drink here. So these are the percentages on the farm at the moment. You got the Bridgeton Dai, Bridgeton USDC, Bridgeton Wrapped ETH, and Bridgeton USD. See, they're at 90%, 80%, 70%, and 88% respectively versus Pulse. We've got the Pulsechain Pulse at the moment at 14.7%, Hex and Pulse at 20.28%, and of course the incentive token, the last mile token versus Pulse and Pulsechain at 78 and 80% respectively. Those are the farms at the moment. We don't have the one single-sided staking pools, so we're still waiting for that potentiality from Richard. He talked about it being experimental, so we talked about potential single-sided staking that hasn't come out yet. So that's always in his play cards for the single-sided staking pool. That would certainly help Pulsechain and the incentive token. And of course, I don't expect to see limit orders for some time. I don't expect to see the DAO for some time either. So that's still playing out there. And what else? We've got all the big DeFi projects coming. So this is what's coming: single-sided staking potentially, and of course all the big DeFi projects, which will be super supportive for value and volume growth on Pulsechain, Incentive, and Pulsechain itself. So we're looking forward to that. And who else has got all that coming? No one else. I'm sure no one else got that coming. So we're still got that coming. Kind of cool, right? All right. We've got Hex at the moment at 0084. One P Hex will get you 180 pulse. We got E Hex at 0041, so 4/10 of a penny, and one P Hex equals 2.03 E Hex. So P Hex has got stronger overnight. E Hex has got weaker, relatively speaking. So I think it's probably more that E Hex has got weaker there. P Hex seems to be similar price, so that's pretty much it. The combined price of E Hex and P Hex is 1.25 cents or 1.25 cents, but P Hex there is up 4.2%. Way, but E Hex is down, of course. So we're going to look at that too. Let's go have a look at the hexes there. The hexes. We got 0.08396 at the moment on the old Hex. What day? We're on the new day. We're on a brand new candle too. That is a brand new candle for today. But yesterday's candle, we were high at 87/100th of a penny. We got a low of 76/100th of a penny, and now we're at 80 almost 84/100th of a penny in the new candle. Not bad there. So PX holding up pretty well there, I think, in the current climate. EHEX, of course, had pretty big drama yesterday as well. Got down to a low of 38/100th of a penny. A high of 43/100th of a penny is now at 42/100th of a penny. So it's on the top end there. It's having a little bit of a move back, which is nice to see. But super cheap is the old Hex. I'm sure when it does eventually have its bolt up to the upside, it's going to take people by surprise, right? It's going to keep people by surprise. So looking forward to that. That is EHEX and PX. Of course, looking at the combined price here on investex.io, this is EHEX and PX combined. We can see that we've got massive volatility. Look at that, up and down, up and down, up and down. And look at that, we're back up at 1.2497 cents over there as well. So 1.25 penny is where we are at the moment. Is on the 15-minute chart here on investex.io, which is pretty cool site. What else we're going to say about that? That's it, I think, for that. So let's move on. We're going to go into the validators. The validators have continued to rock up here. This is the end of day 97. We're about to start day 98 on the updates. Now, I did do a Twitter update yesterday. I said we're on day 77. It was just a typo. Not sure what happened there. Maybe I got my eyes crossed or something, but it was actually day 97 I was commenting on. And of course, now we're about to start day 98. Now, we've got 38,873 validators around the world in 6 out of the 7 continents. I think it is. Yeah, that's right. We've got 166 entering. And of course, that's going to put us over 39,000 validators all around the world. Excuse me. We've got 1.24 trillion staked as well. So that's off the market. And as you guys know, we've also got, in addition to this, EIP 1159 burning going on. And of course, that's burning well in excess of 134 billion. Don't know what the exact number is now, but pretty high. And of course, we've also got the liquid loans coming that's going to clarify Pulse and get a whole ton of more Pulse off the market. Hopefully, a lot of the big players use that, and which makes sense. And the amount of Pulse off the market will be very, really high. So looking forward to that. All right, let's go to the gas prices, of course. Super cheap versus Ethereum. We're at 2 cents for a Pulsex swap. Now, the gas prices have been more expensive over the last 24 hours. I've noticed a couple of moments where the SwapX has got up to like 14 cents at some stage, 8 cents. So it has had a bit of variability, but definitely 2 cents is the swap here at the moment. 0.2 of a penny for Pulse and half a penny for a Pulse PRC20 transfer. We're 885 times cheaper than Ethereum at the moment. 382 times cheaper than Bitcoin. So we're a good place to be, right? Good place to do business. And of course, not only are we super cheap and super fast, we are the first full system stake copy of Ethereum, and all the projects that are launching, you have potentiality for big upsides in yield as opposed to what you'd get onto Ethereum. So great place to be to grow. And of course, Richard took the time with all his Pulsechain devs to do things right. And even with a few hiccups and this and that on the launch, Pulsechain has been very robust. And the first full system stake copy of Ethereum has been a great move. So we're very excited about that. And upgradable too, right? So proto-dank sharding and other upgrades to TPS transactions per second is in the future is also a potentiality for Pulsechain. So we get the best of everything, right? We get the battle-hardened blockchain, and of course we get smart contracts, and we get potentiality for all the upgrades as well. So fun times, right? Fun times. All right, so that is there as well. Now, if you haven't, if you want to bridge in some Dai, you can use Coast, and you can bridge in your Dai. I'm sure that Brian will post his referral link in there as well. He's number 3, I think. Number three. Yeah, just behind, not too far behind Crypto Coffee at number 1, the big influencer. So if you want to help support Brian, one of our 2 community leaders, I'm sure he'll post his link to the Coast bridge there if you want to bridge in Dai to Pulsechain. Now, that only is at the moment accessible for people in the United States, Canada, Australia, and the UK. So, but it will be expanded to in September in phase 2. And so we'll look forward to that. Now, if you also want to do some swaps as well, you can feel free to use the referral link to Go Pulse X swap. If you want to swap up to about 450,000 tokens, you can use that too. Connect your wallet, and you can buy and sell Pulse and Pulse X there, or any other token you want to as well. So remember that on the swap there. The link's in the video description. I think Brian's got his link there for Coast, have you? There we are. There's Brian's link. Coast invites and help Brian get to number 2. I don't know how far Brian, let us know how far you have to go to get to number 2, because that'd be really cool to see, because I know you're number 3 yesterday and or day before, and yeah, if you can get to number 2, pretty cool. We're not so sure you're going to beat Crypto Coffee, but hey, look, getting number 2 spot's pretty good. Maybe you can nab that. All right, kind of cool on that one. Let's jump away to the projects, of course. We're going to talk about all the different categories of projects. We talked about Richard Heart tokens, the golden standard of crypto, but we're going to get into all the other categories. Top ERC PRC20s, of course, PDai and Atropa have been dominating that. And then we're going to get into the meme coins, and then we're going to get into the Pulsechain projects that are coming up. And of course, we're going to talk about TYRH and potentially another big project that could be launching on Pulsechain too. Wink, wink. That's coming up as well. So I hope you guys enjoy it. All right, let's see where we got up to there. Let's jump up there. I think we've got Brian says 8 more to be tied for second place. Yeah, so if you want to bridge in some fiat, help Brian along and use the referral code and bridge in your fiat. You can use Wire or ACH at the moment. Wire is the fastest mechanism, of course, to get your fiat there. And you need to convert it to CST. And of course, you can buy Pulse or anything else with your CST. Particularly using Patius is a pretty good bridge. Obviously, Gold Pulse X, I think you can do it on there and everything else. So definitely worth trying as well. So kind of cool. That's going to build up over time. It's going to be quite cool. All right, let's see where we're up to. We're up to top ERC 20s and PRC 20s, of course. In the title of the video, I've got Atropa, Dai have been mooning. They really have. And of course, with all the other stable coins, we've got Dai at the top here by liquidity. This is my list. Of course, this is my list. And yeah, we saw some spectacular things with PDai. Look at this thing go. Look at this thing go. My goodness, look at that. That's crazy. That's the 4-hourly chart. This is the daily chart. Look at that thing. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. And it's just unrelenting. It just wants to keep going higher. Yesterday it got up to 2.2 tenths of a penny. So 22 hundredths of a penny. And today it is currently had a bit of volatility, but it's still holding up very strongly at 17 hundredths of a penny. Look at that. Unbelievable. Look at that. That yellow line. We were watching that yesterday, and that is 1/10 of a penny. And it smashed through that. And look at the volume come in here as well. And it does seem to have some sort of relationship mechanism to Atropa there, maybe to do around liquidity pools and arbitraging is the idea there. And yeah, there's Atropa there also doing some particularly spectacular stuff there and doing some crazy stuff. I think the liquidity is a bit of an illusion, but the actual price mechanism seems to be continuing to push it up as well. We do know that someone set up Atropa Dai here and then apparently burnt the LP. And that seems to be part of the mechanism here for what's going on. So some cool little tech is going up here, pushing up these prices, which is pretty interesting. All right, that is on Atropa and Dai. So, Dai there up 203%, Atropa up 184% on 24 hours. But it's also been having an impact on other tokens like USDC and USD Tether. They've also been looking very similar to Dai. Wrap Bitcoin has also managed to benefit, and some of the other top PRC 20s have also been having a bit of a good day, maybe a feel-good day on the back of that. So you can see on the 4-hourly here for Wrap Bitcoin, that has been doing some spectacular moves as well. Yeah, pretty cool. I traded a little bit of that yesterday for fun, but I should have kept it in there, right? Because it's gone up even higher. But hey, that's fun. That's all fun. At least I made profits, right? You got to take your profits. So $72.29. That is where we're at the moment on Wrap Bitcoin. It did get up to a high back here of $86 so far. That's pretty much it. This is on the 4-hourly chart. The daily chart looks more like this. That's the daily chart. You like those charts? Yeah, there we are. That's the whole lifetime of Wrap Bitcoin there on there as well. Maybe it used to have liquidity farms, but now it doesn't need them. Currently doesn't need them now. All right, so that's kind of cool. A lot of the other smaller ones have been doing pretty well. Sushi and Link, they've all been doing pretty well as well. So we're not going to go to all the charts, but they've been doing quite nicely. But now 2 of the ones that we've been looking at, of course, are SHIB and Pepe. Obviously, SHIB with the Shibarium news, but let's have a quick look at Pepe. Pepe here is at 1,300. They had a little bit of a good day yesterday, but not quite enough to continue on. But it's at 1,300 at the moment. But hey, look, when the 9-inch DEX comes, I'm sure Pepe and SHIB will be well sought after for the 9-inch DEX there. So, getting in cheap, getting in low may be a good thing there for the 9-inch. So getting in early is when you have to always buy when you know something's good coming, but people aren't really paying attention. But obviously not financial advice, all that good stuff. Now, SHIB as well. SHIB has been having a couple of good days as well in the office, and that's up at 1373 as well. So that's kind of cool moving up there too. And it will also probably be a good beneficiary as one of the top meme coins for the 9-inch DEX coming up, which is dedicated to meme coins, and it's going to have the BBC token as single-side staking and yield farming. So it's going to be fun to see that play out too. It's going to boost this whole ecosystem for meme coins and stuff like that. That is the SHIB. That leads us on from the top PRC 20 price discoveries into the memes, dedicated memes. And of course, here we have, let's have a look who sees rock and rolling there. We've got Dodge from Jeff Kadakis, Trust Swap up 69%. That's having a pretty good day in the office. as well. So not bad there. Look at that. That's the last week pretty much. That's been up pretty nicely. It's gone from 1761 to 5,800. So a really big pump yesterday too. So that is a dodge there from Jeff Kadakis and TropSwap, doing pretty well. Fluffy Slippers is up a little bit, 6%. Ben's up a little bit, 6%. Now the three that are going to probably be supported by 9-inch big time, and that is Paul Pleb, and they're all down at the moment. Paul Pleb, Pulse Dodge, they're all super cheap at the moment. Let's have a look at by liquidity so I can get you the bigger peers. But here's Paul Pleb's biggest peer. It's got 30K in it at the moment. So, it's not small pools like baby pools, but it's still very small. But look at the price that you can get in at the moment. Just unbelievable. Obviously, 9-inch has been delayed because of the audit adjustments and optimizations. But it's going to be interesting to see when that comes out too. That is Paul Pleb. And then Pulse Dodge PLD token. We've been talking about this as well. This is super cheap at the moment. And of course, this has been coming down with the FUD. 26K in liquidity in the top here. But of course, it's going to get single-sided staking benefits as well, at least to start off with the 9-inch decks. And so that could have quite the rally. I'll be watching for that. Not financial advice, of course, but come back and look at this video and all the other videos I've been talking about when it does launch and see what happens. Let's see. There we are. That's pretty much on the mains. Let's move on to the main event, which is the Pulsechain projects. And of course, this is our Pulsechain project list as well. Now, if you do have any projects that you think I'm missing, let me know, because every so often a new project will sneak through and I don't capture it. But this is the list at the moment of the Pulsechain projects that I have. And of course, you can see it's growing all the time. And I've got to keep up with it, just like you do. You do as well. But these are different pools, multiple pools as well for some of the tokens. Pretty much it. But the best performer today, based on percentage, is Kira, followed by Rat Bitcoin and TYRH. They're the top three at the moment. And we've got Tetra in there as well. Tetra doing very well on its first round of pools. They apparently got two other different type of pools coming, but they're doing pretty well too. Probably should check up on them as well to see what's happening there. TrustSwap at number 5 as well is going on there, and more token from Trevon, the influencer, at number 6. Those are the top ones there in play at the moment. Now, looking by liquidity, if we go by liquidity, we can see that Halgo is number 1. It's up 3%, and TRH is number 2, 485K, up 12% there as well. And I know some people have done very well here on Hex Token with the TYRH, and congratulations to you guys. Just one thing to remember, that this is going to be, looks like it's going to have multiple versions in this game, V4, etc., and really does look like it's going to be like a big game, maybe something like Civilization and stuff like that. And big shout out to Archie in the Discord. He's been dropping lots of alpha around there too, making really good calls. So I appreciate that from Archie. He's been giving some of those insights. Tetra, of course, 187,000 is up 7%. So some of the better performance. Beetroot, of course, the Privacy Hub, 121,000 liquidity. That is up as well. I think that is a bit of a hidden gem. They've got lots of more things coming. And of course, privacy is a very important thing when you want to do transfers as well as multi-chain too. So looking pretty good there. Prate there, of course, has had its first lottery. And so that's, they've got 12-hour lotteries have just started. So that's, they're holding up. And it's got $84,000 of liquidity. And of course, Instant Money Time Token is up 2.6% with 80,000 liquidity. So those some of the bigger ones going on there at the moment. And of course, let's not forget Daytona Finance. That is down a couple percent, but holding up pretty good with the liquidity as well at 1.7 cents there on Daytona. So those some of the leaders there. Let's have a look at TYRH though. Let's zoom in on that. Have a look at the price. So the price is still holding up there. Had a little bit of a dip down to 0.092. So 9 tenths, just over 9 tenths of a penny, and is climbed right back just over 1 penny at the moment. But this thing is unrelenting, right? Unrelenting. And we know that the amount of staked coins is massive. So let's have a look at that. Staked coins, 87.3% of TYRH is staked. And of course, one of the enhancements was giving you an airdrop when you bought and staked your TYRH token. You get some burn, water, or plant, and you can get, there's a bit of a range of what you might get. Bit of a luck of the draw, but a lot of people have been doing pretty well out of that as well, getting a lot of their value back, if not more, or at least a lot of their value back, let me say. And of course, you can go play the game with some of that value, or you can decide to sell it and get your capital back. So there's different things you can do there, but lots of people have been playing the game, plant and water. And this is V3. V4 is coming around the corner. The other one, of course, is the NFT shop. We're waiting for the marketplace to launch. That has been delayed a day. So I've got a few updates here from the Discord under our other tokens chat. And let's go to that. Let's go up to the top here. We've got some comments from Archie that he's posted. So let's get into those. So obviously his Archie's speculation around it being a bigger game, a bit like Civilization or something like that, given the fact you got holy and plants and building materials and things like that, has turned out to be pretty good. And of course there are some updates. So hello everybody, this is from the Telegram from the Jacob and the TRH team. We are just activated the on-site referral swaps from GoPulseX, so they're going to be interacting GoPulseX as well. Obviously you can use the link in the video description here. That supports this channel. For V4, one of the incentive mechanisms will be to use the swap fees generated through GoPulse referrals. So they're going to have that on their site. But of course, we also have it in this video description as well, so you can check that out. Now, what was the other update we're going to have there? Let me just scroll down. Let me see what we're going through there. We're going to have the marketplace launch, but apparently they've delayed that for 24 hours. So this marketplace was supposed to launch today, but that's delayed for 24 hours. I don't know if we've had confirmed what token it will be using for the currency there. Typically for the NFTs, it's been the burn token. And so we'll see what happens there with the burn. But that is what we're looking at forward to as well. So I think that's kind of it. So if I'm just scrolling down through some of these, yeah, they had 10 o'clock this morning, Archie posted that we are having some small problems with the marketplace. I have to delay it till tomorrow. Sorry about that. So that is coming tomorrow now. Let me have a look here. Just moving on. So kind of cool. Let's jump through some of those comments. Just have a look through some of the recent comments at the moment. That is pretty much it. Yeah. Tommy Lee. Someone's put here about Tommy Lee. Tom Lee, if you guys know Tom Lee. Tom Lee is notoriously wrong, isn't he? I'm pretty sure he is. If the spot Bitcoin ETF gets approved, the demand will be greater than the daily supply of Bitcoin. The clearing price of Bitcoin is 150 to 180K. But like I say, I think the Bitcoin ETF is being deferred till the beginning of 2024. So that's probably not going to give us much luck there. But I will definitely check that video. Thanks for Jenny, one of our moderators, posting that. Big shout out. Kind of cool. All right, so that is that on there. Yeah, looking forward to it. And this is just ticking away, right? I think I've got, this is one of my GGM wallets. I think I've got some Sea of Ink in here. It's ticking away. Yeah, there we are. It's ticking away. I'm earning some ink there at 4% compounded. Had to pay a 20% tax on the way in, though. Just remember that. But so far, I've helped contribute to burning 2.4 ink on this DGN wallet. How about that? Hooray. Burning RH tokens. That's all what we do all day. So that is pretty cool. So what we're waiting for? We're waiting for the marketplace on FTs. We're waiting. Then after that, we're expecting to have V4, right? V4 is going to apparently be a huge expansion on this game. So in some way, I'm not sure what it means. But Jacob, the dev, has said it's going to be pretty big. So looking forward to that. In the meantime, TRH is up on there at the moment, which is pretty cool, which is going to bring us along to the GameFi, because the GameFi here, I've got the list of that at the moment. So let's check that out. TRH is up 12%. But the other one that on GameFi that's doing pretty well is Drip. But before we get to Drip, we're going to talk about the other tokens at the moment. We've got the Burn token, which is the medium exchange for the NFT market. That is actually down at the moment. And of course, with the delay in the marketplace, that's probably going to stay down. We're at quadruple 01161, but a pretty good buying entry there, I would say, for the old Burn token. But once again, not financial advice. Plant there is down 8%. Water is down 29%. Let's have a quick look at the water plant there. This is all needed for the TRH game. That is down as well. So they're probably all pretty good buys at the moment. Obviously not financial advice because, you just never know what's going to happen there. Seed is down as well. Now, Seed and Holy. So Seed and Holy are going to probably be used for V4 because there's no use case at the moment. Basically, you're mining them, but there's no use case. But looks like they'll be part of the gamification, and they're pretty cheap too. That being said, there's not a lot of them in there. There's only 0.54 and Holy in there. And of course, we know that there's going to be, I think, 4,000 Seed, or at least at the moment in the current V3. And then there's 1,000 Seed, 1,000 Holy, I think it is as well. Now it brings us into Drip, of course. Before we go to the Drip, though, let's get back to Pulsechain projects to talk about a couple of these others. Obviously, Tetra is doing pretty well, and Beetroot as well. So definitely things are looking good there. And Halgo, of course, at the top. That leads us into Drip, which is another GameFi. And of course, this is a pretty well-known in crypto ROI platform, pretty much one of the kings of them, actually. And of course, it is launched on Pulsechain, doing pretty well. So Drip there is at $55.74. I think I've got the Pulse Drip website here somewhere. Let's have a look here. So yeah, there's the PulseDrip website. Let's have a look at how many faucets have gone. At the moment, there are 515 faucets out of 5,000 have gone already. I imagine they're all going to go eventually. I mean, it's only just launched. So people build up teams. You make a team wallet there and you put a name on it, and then you attract people. It's a little bit like that, and people all get involved in the ROI thing as well. And then they've got faucets, so you have to be in the first 10,000, and you need a minimum of 10 drip to set up a faucet. The garden is another main platform on here. With putting you put your pulse on, and then you earn pulse rewards there as well. They do have a lot of taxes in this, is how it sort of works as well, not just the number of people that go into it, but the number of taxes. And it is very degen, right? Very degen, but it's been pretty popular on BNB chain, and now it's on Pulsechain. So that's it at the moment. And the price typically pumps as people are going into the faucet and stuff like that. And on BNB chain, that lasted about 2 months before it starts tailing off. Just remember that with these DGN ROIs, even well-known ones like Drip, or now PulseDrip as it's called on Pulsechain. Liquidity's up 466. When you do buy this, of course, 10% tax on the buying and a 10% tax on any selling. So if you are going into platform and you do harvest, there's taxes. There's other taxes on there as well by, compounding and things like that, 5%, I think, and other taxes. So you do have to read the documents, and we read them out yesterday, didn't we? So that is pretty much on PDrip, but doing very well in the current climate, right? With their brand new launch. So I can't be too sad about that. All right, that is pretty much it on there. We're going to leave that. That's our last category. But we're going to talk about new projects coming up. We're 2 minutes over the hour, and Hex Zen.game. So Zen obviously doing its own thing. It's got a lot of stuff happening. It's what I call the ultimate DGen ecosystem. And of course, it's actually moving into a bit more DeFi now as well. So that's kind of cool. You want it to move into, some classic DeFi, slowly getting things like DEXs and things like that. But Zen game looks like it's going to be pretty popular, and it does appear not only is it launching on Ethereum, but that it will launch on other chains like Pulsechain. So that's going to be beneficial to Pulsechain. We want more of these popular games, and this one here is in the GameFi, right? So we're talking about GameFi, talking about TRH, talking about PDrip. GameFi is a pretty big part of crypto, and of course we've got Zen.game coming as well, and I'm sure it's going to be fun. Now, on Ethereum, of course, the big pot is in Ethereum, but in Pulsechain, it will be in Pulse, right? So there could be some pretty big Pulse prizes in here as well. Now, the basic idea is that you buy a key. The key is at a certain price, and the key price goes up as more people go in for the pot, and it runs for 12 hours. And of course, the pot gets bigger and bigger, and of course, that's the way it goes. And then has a big buy and burn as well. So here, the buy and burn is on Zen on ETH. The buy and burn will be on PZen on ETH. So it's going to be bullish for PZen on ETH, right? So it's going to be fun to see. And they're going to have multiple rounds every 12 hours. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see that. 15% of what gets raised in the active pot will go to buy a PZen on Pulsechain, and burn, baby, burn. And then, of course, I think it's 50%. 50%? Yeah, 50% goes to the pot winner, which is always at the top here, the name of the latest person who's winning. And then, of course, 30% goes to those who already got keys. So if you've got keys, you get a passive income out of it, something like that. I think that's the way it goes. Or 30 to 50% might be the other way around. But in any case, you get the share of the passive income ongoing based on how many keys you've bought. So that's pretty much it. So that is a Zen game that's coming too as well soon. So if you want to check out that, that is something that's coming up in the future. If you are minting, Zen on Pulsechain, if you've got buying Pulse PZen, then that's maybe something you want to think about too. So once again, it is DGen, but it looks like cool, fun DGen. How about that? So on the better side, the UI is fantastic. Looks beautiful. And you guys know I love beautiful UIs. So that brings us into Hex Daily Stats. Getting into blue chip now. We're getting back into Hex. Blue chip crypto. That's what we like to. That's where we live. That's our bread and butter in DeFi. And of course, we're on day. What day? We got day 1354, hot off the press. The 17th of August, 2023. The price is at 0.3 of a penny, and it's down 27.6% today. So hit pretty hard. Obviously, Ethereum is down. Bitcoin is down. So I got hit hard by that on the old ETH chain. We're at 0 on the share rate. 29,000 is the share rate. The average mining length has jumped up. This is the longest all-time record for average mining length, 7.15 years. Unbelievable, right? And the APY there, 39.22% for all the existing T-shares at the moment. The liquidity pool, we got 211.7 million Hex in the pool, $272,000 US and 48 ETH. the ownership pool of Hex. So Hex is easy to understand. We have a reward pool and we have an ownership pool. The ownership pool has T-shares in it. When you buy Hex and you burn your Hex, you get T-shares in return, and that puts you in the ownership pool to mint out your own Hex when it matures. So you decide how long that mint period will be. But the T-shares are down 17,378, so the ownership pool's got a little bit smaller, means that the Hex payout for T-shares got a bit bigger. And of course, we're expecting that to go up and to the right with the old Hex there. So we've got 9,831,000 T-shares. Trayvon, another influencer, thinks this looks pretty bullish, and I think he's right about that. So there we go. We got locked percentage of coins, 9.31% of Hex is locked at the moment. We've had 500,000 of penalties on the ETH chain today, which is not bad given the price there. And of course, the liquid holders is down 5. Miners are down 12. We've got 120,000 miners at the moment mining Hex, which is probably a fair representation of the number of active users in the Hex ecosystem there compared to the current holders, right, which had a lot of airdrops and things like that in it. All right, so let's jump over to the Pulsechain version. We've got Pulsechain, of course, day 97. Can you believe it? 97? We're heading towards 100 days, and we're about to start day 98 today. So day 97, we've got the 17th of August, and the price there is at 00837, and it's actually up 3.8%. Say what? So we're down on the ETH side. We're down on the ETH side 25%, but we're up almost 4% on the Pulsechain side there as well. So PHEX has got more powerful. The payout per T-share 6.6 today. The share rate actually went up. We had the dot day on Ethereum, but we've got a 13.4 increase on Pulsechain, 29,051. So we're starting to see some of those differences in Pulsechain and ETH on the results here. The average length is 7.02 years. It was 7.15 on Ethereum, and the APY there 38.63%, a bit lower, of course. The ownership pool, we're down 13,722 T-shares, is similar to the ETH side. We're at 9,861,000 T-shares on the old Hex. That leads us over to the stake percentage of coins, or locked percentage of coins. 9.46% of Hex is locked. That's 700,000 in penalties, so a bit better than the ETH chain. The liquid holders are down 20, but the miners are up 12, and we're at 123,859. So that is the day results for day 97 on Pulsechain. We're now on day 1,355 on ETH, and we're starting day 98 on Pulsechain. Hex.com, folks, blue chip crypto, DeFi leader, and of course, the link is in the video description for Hex.com. If you have any questions, of course, I'm sure one of the mods will post our Discord link in the chat there on Superman Crypto and Hex Token channel, and you can join us in the Discord. We have a great setup there and growing community, 1,300 people, I think, somewhere around that. So it's getting good, or heading towards 1,300. That is pretty much it. What a day. Drama. Bitcoin, SHIB, Pulsechain, Dai, Atropa, PDrip. I mean, there's so much stuff happening on Pulsechain, and the big stuff's yet to come. We're still waiting for Fetch Oracle, Liquid Loans, Power Cities ecosystem. These are multiple dApps in these ecosystems. And PH Universe, we're waiting for Fiat and the Famous to come, the fork of GMX. So Fiat, the fork of Aave. So lots of things coming. And I think Fiat's been delayed because it is on the chain, but they haven't released it. So I think they're just probably waiting for. They were doing some testing, but I think they're probably waiting for the market conditions just to cool down a little bit too. So I think that's a pretty smart move there. But we've got all those big blue chips coming down the line, and only on Pulsechain, right? Only on Pulsechain. So very, very exciting. All right, let's go back to the Pulse price at the moment, and let's go to the hourly. Have a look at that. We're currently at 0.4638 on Pulsechain. We're currently at 1,411 on the old PulseX. We've got PHEX at the moment is at 0082, 82 hundredth of a penny, and EHEX is at 41 hundredth of a penny, and that's pretty much where we are. And of course, the combined price of EHEX and PHEX is at 1.125 cents. That's kind of how we rock and roll. Let's leave it on the Pulsechain and wrap up here. We're an hour and 10 minutes into live. We're going to wrap up, and you guys can jump into Discord and continue on the conversation, as Discord has been a great place for people to share and get in early on opportunities, discuss strategies, and talk about lots of other cool stuff. So it's kind of good. We're up to here. Was it Brian says that's 40,000 more free weight to be claimed. Nice one, Brian. Yeah, that's gonna remember when they have weight. Weight is what you get when you use Brian's referral. You get 5,000 weight tokens, and he gets 5,000 weight tokens. but they have to buy the weight tokens off the market, so that helps push the price of weight up too. So it's kind of bullish like that. Nice observation. Sandy Beach says, my walk today is dedicated to my little Scooby, who will be going over the Rainbow Bridge tomorrow. I'm very upset about it. So keep me in your thoughts. Yeah, our thoughts and prayers are with you there, Sandy Beach. And of course, Scooby is Sandy Beach's little puppy dog, is it? Not little puppy dog, because it's like 16 years old, but thoughts are with you there, Sandy Beach. Yeah, we're pretty sad about that, to be honest. What else have we got going? I think that's it. Yeah, there's the Discord. If you want to join the Discord, either on Superman Crypto or on Hex Token, join our Discord and become part of the family. Community is #1. And yeah, Katie's in there. Up. Doxy says Sandy Beach. Doxy. There we are. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm going to play out some music on the way out because we like to have a bit of fun. Let's play out something a bit different today, actually, shall we? All right. Take care, everybody. Peace out. Subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. Catch you tomorrow for the same time, same place, Superman. And, of course, on Superman Crypto and Hex Token channel. Big shout out. Enjoy yourselves. Dollar cost average. All that good stuff. Take care. And I'll catch you tomorrow.
Well, I drifted off again at work, thinking about Pulsechain. And occasionally I think back to that twerk, Richard Hart bringing his game. Well, I didn't make the sacrifice cause I came too late, but day one I'm still making it rain. Oh, I drifted off again at work, thinking about Pulsechain. I woke up in a sweat last night, dreaming about Pulse X. Won't be long before I'm going to bed wearing a Rolex. There's so much to love about it, I can't pick my favorite. It's almost better than sex. Well, oh, I woke up in a sweat last night, dreaming about Pulse X. If you wanna be set up for life, you better stake your Hex. Might as well start with 5555, a financial suplex. Generational wealth is just a click away. It's a Nobel Prize worthy flex. If you wanna be set up for life, you better stake your Hex. A financial suplex, a Nobel Prize worthy flex. You better stake your Hex.